Minority. Who is this? Martin Luther King, Era Struggles. Of course, it's going to be about the relationship can be categorized by our heart. A place which has not been aware, which has not been familiar with the term called racism. Have you ever really given any thoughts why poetry has always been so popular in literature? Because of its musicality? Might be. Because it is regarded as romantic? No, it doesn't make sense. Or because of its meaning? Exactly. This has always been really popular because of the meaning that its musical and rhythmic structure covers. Hey guys, what's up everybody? It's me, Umarov, on your screens again. Welcome to my channel. And today we're starting a new project again. I hope you all guys enjoyed the previous project. And today we're going to get even deeper into poetry. Today I'm going to choose one of the poems I liked among all the poems we have reviewed in American poetry class. And I'm going to share my analysis with you guys. But before we get into poetry, make sure to subscribe to the channel and click the bell button so that not to miss any upcoming videos. Ready? If you're ready, we're going to start. Let's start. I do admit that all of the poems are really meaningful, are really interesting, and musical. But I found the one titled I Too by Langston Hughes more interesting because it covers a global theme which is still relevant in our today's world. Before we get further into reading the whole poem, we should know who the author of this poem is. We should understand what is the topic that it covers and what are the backgrounds of this poem so that we could understand the whole poem better while we're reading. Okay? So the author of this great literary masterpiece is Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes, born in February 1901 in Joplin, Missouri, is an African-American poet, writer, novelist, playwright, and a social activist. And I should mention that he was one of the greatest African American heroes and one of those 10 most influential individuals in African American literature, joining the greatest hero of the minority. Who is this? Martin Luther King, and unique literary Wonder Woman Maya Angelou, who could even gain respect of Nelson Mandela and Tupac Shakur. So what is this poem about? This poem was written in 1925 or in 1926 according to some sources by Langston Hughes. We already mentioned that. So what was happening in that time? While after World War I, Europe was on its so-called golden age. In 1920s and 30s, America was facing serious troubles when black-skinned people and enslaved people were speaking out for their human rights. Harlem Renaissance, or aka New Negro Movement, which took part in 1926, was one of the most popular of such movements, where Nelson Mandela, Maya Angelou, and Langston Hughes took part. So you may guess what the topic of this poem is going to be about. Of course, it's going to be about the relationship between white people and black people in 1920s and 1930s, in 20th century in America. And this poem is written in exactly in that period and addressed to the whole world where black people were trampled or enslaved people were having serious troubles. While you read this poem, by the way, I'm going to leave the whole poem on the description so that you can read this poem, the whole poem, while watching this video. Okay. So while reading this poem, you may not be able to find any rhythm or musicality of this poem because it's written in a free verse style and it has no rhythm. Because the main thing the author was focusing on is the meaning of the poem. Let's start the poem. I too sing America. I'm the darker brother. They send me to eat in the kitchen when company comes. But I love and eat well and grow strong. Wow. So what do you understand from this poem? So what is the mood of the poem? Is it written in sadness, or is it describing something harsh, right? But what is the mood of this poem? Well, I can tell you that this poem is written in a very confident voice, because because there is a clue, which is I love, but I love, which tells he is speaking in the name of all black people. He's not describing only himself. Uh, just guys, keep in mind the first sentence of this first stanza. I sing America too, because I'm not going to tell what it is about, because we're going to find this out at the end. Okay. So in this first stanza, Langston Hughes describes the harsh situation that when white people, or the majority, how the majority treated the minority and enslaved people. We can understand that at that period of time, white-skinned people were ashamed or didn't want to be around black-skinned people. So when they were having a meal, the dark-skinned people had to move that place so that they could eat, so that they could have a meal with their friends or with their company. So you can understand how racism and discrimination was strong towards dark-skinned people. But however, what is the reaction of dark-skinned people? And here Langston Hughes is not speaking on his own name, but he's speaking in the name of the whole black-skinned community, of all his brothers and sisters. So what is the reaction of the minority? Are they down with their words, or are they touched? Nah, they don't care about their words. They are not down, they are not touched, because they have a will to grow. He's saying, but I love and eat well and grow strong. He's telling, even whatever they do to us, whatever discrimination they show towards us, we don't care how they treat us. We are not affected by their sassiness, by their bad treatment. We have our own curiosity. We have our own company. And we laugh at them. We laugh at their ideology. So why about their ideology? So there is, I guess, philosophy. There is a philosophy going on. Here, Langston Hughes, I think, is trying to describe how people judge each other. The people of that period of time were being judged by their skin of skin of color, neither by their moral good deeds, soul, nor their humaneness, but simply skin color. I think this is the darkest part of human ideology. Here he is pursuing an ideology that it's not only about eating something, or this is just a metaphor or just a simple description of it. But if we get deeper into it, we can understand in every action. Black-skinned people cannot work where white people are. Black people cannot enjoy where white people are having fun. But however, what is the reaction of black-skinned people to this situation? Are they down with it, or are they touched? Of course not. He's saying, but I love and eat well and grow strong. He's showing how confident he is, and he's showing that he's not afraid of this discrimination. They can say to me anything. They can do with me. They can treat with me the way they want. But they cannot scare me. I'm not scared of them. I'm proud of being an African American, and I'm not. And there we can understand. There's a metaphor like the place called America belongs to white-skinned people. White-skinned people ponder that land America belongs to them, and they're like the purest blood. And dark-skinned people are like were born to be slaves of white-skinned people, or they're like just a mistake of the nature. Of course, this is wrong. This is wrong. We can say here a huge discrimination, racism, and of course injustice of human ideology, not only ideology but human, but the society of the whole society. How do people treat each other? But let's get further and see what's happening on the second stanza. Okay. Tomorrow I will be at the table. When company comes, nobody will dare say to me, "Eat in the kitchen then." Wow. His confident voice gets even more confident when moving into second stanza, right? So he's not predicting something. He's saying exactly this will happen. Why? Because he told, even though white skinned people treat us badly and treat us wrong, we're not touched with that. We grow strong, and he's showing how this will strong tomorrow. They eat well and grow strong. And he's showing tomorrow we will be better than them, and they will be scared of us, and nobody will ever be able to say it in the kitchen, and we will be equal tomorrow. So what is the final and major ideology of this poem? So if you guys remember, I told, keep in mind the first part, the first sentence of the poem. I too sing America. And of course, the last part also ends with the same words. I too am America. So what is it about? So American people had one greatest literary hero, whose name was Walt Whitman. And he had one poem called I Hear America Singing, where he describes America as the people of it, not the land. He describes America is the land, is not the land, but the people. So here, Langston Hughes referring to the hero of white-skinned people and telling that, do you remember that your hero once told that America is not the land, but the people of it. So we are America too. Let's wrap it up. I hope I could share something relevant. And hope you guys liked it. And if you have any feedbacks, comments, or if you have any additions that I could possibly miss or didn't mention, feel free to share your ideas on comment section. I will be really glad for that. Thank you guys.